What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video, and in this video we will talk about the extent of Harvey Elliott's injury and the exact timeline that he will face on the road to recovery. Jurgen Klopp today has confirmed that Harvey Elliott is undergoing surgery on his ankle after that horror injury, and I can't believe that Leeds United had the cheek to appeal the red card of Struijk, because it was a two-footed challenge from behind. He leaves the ground and it's an absolutely needless, unnecessary, brainless, disgusting challenge, and I don't understand why Leeds United thought they would appeal it. I guess that they have nothing to lose really by appealing the card. I'm so excited for the Champions League being back. I'm really pumped for tonight's game, Barcelona against Bayern Munich. Tomorrow it's Liverpool against AC Milan, but there is also Man City against Leipzig, Inter Milan against Real Madrid. So many great games coming in the Champions League. And I also play Champions League fantasy football, so there will be a league to join, and there will be a code on the screen and in the video's description, so make sure to join the Fantasy Champions League Football League, because it's a fun competition and it's a fun game to play during the Champions League football, so I'm really looking forward to it. And we have the physiotherapist Dr. Rajpal Brar, who explains how Harvey Elliott's return date can be determined once the extent of the injury is known. And of course there are many factors in play, but the fact that Harvey Elliott is young and he also has very little previous injury history, that is encouraging. But we are looking in a best case scenario at a 5-month, 4-month or 6-month recovery period. And he said the injury has been confirmed as an ankle dislocation, which almost always involves an ankle fracture as well as potential ligament and cartilage damage. The player is scheduled for surgery today in London, and to further stabilize the ankle along with addressing any other damage. What is very encouraging is that Harvey Elliott's ankle was very quickly put back in place. Jurgen Klopp confirmed this and the doctors confirmed this. The more the ankle is left being dislocated, the more ligament damage occurs in that period, so at least this is good news. This physio expert also said the full severity of the injury, the extent of ligament and fracture damage, will determine Elliott's return timeline. For example, Everton's Andre Gomes, who suffered a similar injury in like 2 years ago, he had minimal ligament damage and he returned to training in just 86 days, which is less than 3 months. Leicester's Wesley Fofana will miss 6 or more months due to the severe ligament damage and a fractured fibula bone. Physically, the key for Elliott will be maintaining range of motion and then building up strength and fitness levels. At just 18 years of age, time is on Harvey's side, and he has minimal previous injury history and limited wear on his body, so both of which will help his recovery. The mental battle will be another hurdle, because mentally it's very tough to recover from this injury, because you are alone training with the physios and going into the gym, and also you can't play football for a lot of months, and you can't even properly walk for the first month or so. And I'm sure Liverpool have some of the best personnel to aid Harvey Elliott's recovery, and he said on Instagram that he is now fully focused on his recovery and he will give everything in his rehabilitation to be back out there as soon as possible. The problem is we don't know exactly when he will be back. We still need the further assessment, and we also still need probably further tests and scans on his ankle. And once this surgery is done, I think Liverpool will know more, and I'm sure Liverpool will give us more updates on Harvey Elliott. But what a class kid he is. The messages that he posted on Instagram has been really awesome. He said that when Struijk was criticized for his tackle, he said it wasn't his fault whatsoever, which by the way I don't agree with that, because once your 2 foot leaves the ground, your 2 foot leaves the ground, it's your fault for lunging into a tackle like that from behind and at the halfway line as well. Completely unnecessarily a needless challenge. But Harvey Elliott said it wasn't a red card, it was just a freak accident, but these things happen in football. I will be back stronger 100%. Thanks for all the support. That's very gracious of Harvey Elliott, but I'm not sure he will feel the same way when he's told that he will be back only in like 6 months. But I'm not sure what his frame of mind will be. And what is absolutely class is that there was a kid in hospital who broke his arm at a football game, and he actually was laying in bed in a hospital, and who comes in next to him in the other bed? Harvey Elliott and his family. And what is absolutely class is that Harvey Elliott gave this kid his Liverpool FC top from the game and his football shoe. So the son, even though he broke his arm, he was absolutely buzzing after that. His mom shared a picture of him, so that is absolutely brilliant and a class gesture by Harvey Elliott. And I think this challenge is the result of the new directives given in the Premier League, that the referees are instructed to letting the game flow a little bit more. But I mean, Richarlison, the Everton striker, you know, guys, I don't particularly like him, but the tackle on him yesterday from the Burnley player was absolutely disgusting, and it wasn't even a foul, never mind the yellow card. And more and more players will get injuries unless this new directive changes. And this is why Jurgen Klopp criticized the Premier League's let things go refereeing directive a few weeks ago, because Liverpool already suffered an injury crisis last season, and teams like Liverpool aren't the ones who benefit from this change. It's smaller sides who want to stop Liverpool from playing football and who want to roughen up Liverpool. And the Leeds defender Struijk's challenge was not the typical tackle that leads to an end-to-end transition game. He was recovering, sprinting after Elliott as the Liverpool player carried the ball towards the halfway line. But it's also a type of tackle that we are seeing increasingly often in top-level football, where a defending player slides and pinches the ball from the side of a player having started behind them. It's important to note that this isn't a tackle from behind, as we usually talk about it, where a player goes through an opponent's heels. The defender is behind, but they are approaching from the side of the player. But before we see the tackle, I already sense danger that this tackle, which he lunges in from quite far away, it requires a lot of force to get the ball there. And if you miss the ball or if you land on the player, it can result in serious injury. That's why I think it's a red card. Even if Harvey Elliott wouldn't get injured, it's still a red card, because he still comes from behind. Even though he's a little bit sideways to Elliott, he's still is behind Elliott, and he lunges into the tackle. And my biggest problem is both his feet leave the ground, so it's more force and more weight on Harvey Elliott's ankle. And because Struijk was way behind Elliott, that's why he has to speed up and lunge into the tackle, and that's why I think it's a red card. And also that's why I think it's a cowardly challenge, because you can't do that unless you endanger the opposition, and that's the definition of red card. If it's a reckless tackle, and this was, I think, a reckless tackle, then it's a red card. But even if the red card is rescinded, it doesn't help Harvey Elliott whatsoever. Struijk will be back in maximum 2 or 3 weeks playing football, and Harvey Elliott could miss 6 months, 9 months, who knows at this point. But he will miss a lot of football, and I'm still really, really angry about that, because this kid didn't deserve this to happen to him. That's for sure. And also breaking news: Zlatan Ibrahimovic got an Achilles injury, so he will miss the Liverpool AC Milan game. And I'm not too bothered about that. Ibrahimovic is 39 years old, but it's good news for Liverpool, because he's still one of the best finishers in world football, and he's still, in my opinion, almost a world-class player, and he's quite brilliant. So Milan will be weaker without him, but we have to take AC Milan seriously, because they are a fantastic side. They are probably the best AC Milan team of the past like 7 or 8 years, and they will be well up for it back in the Champions League. Jamie Carragher also said how important it is for Liverpool to extend Mo Salah's contract, because he could become one of the all-time greatest Liverpool players, and he could be in the right-hand side of one of Liverpool's all-time best 11s. He said Salah is massively important to Liverpool, and sometimes I feel sorry for Salah because I think he goes under the radar in terms of Liverpool. When people talk about Liverpool winning the Premier League title, they always go back to Liverpool signing Alisson and Van Dijk, but Mo Salah came in 6 months before Van Dijk, and it is the three of them. But everyone mentions that it was the goalkeeper and the centre-back that took Liverpool to this next level. But Mo Salah is a huge part of that. We should not forget as well that Salah plays from the right. Yes, he is a wide forward, but he does not play through the centre. And to score 100 goals in the Premier League playing from the right is absolutely marvellous. If he goes a few games without a goal, you just think there is one coming, because it is Mo Salah. That is just how it is. And while Liverpool have not spent big this summer like other teams, they have had a lot of players to sign new contracts. The one that is yet to sign is Mo Salah. And now he obviously wants a bigger contract, and rightfully so. Good luck to him. He deserves it. He deserves to be one of the highest paid players in the Premier League for what he has done since he came to Liverpool. He really does. He's never injured, and year after year he is a top goal scorer. He just is. That is what he is. I will say something else. When you pick your all-time Liverpool 11, there are positions where you just think he's in. Alan Hansen, Graham Souness, John Barnes, Steven Gerrard, Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish. And now at the right hand side, if Salah stays at Liverpool, he will be in the Liverpool all-time greatest 11. Probably not as big a legend as Steven Gerrard, but certainly up there with Ian Rush, John Barnes, Alan Hansen, Graham Souness. And if he could win another Premier League or another Champions League trophy, then I think Salah would be definitely in the Liverpool all-time greatest 11. There is nobody you would ever think of on the right, and now Mo Salah will be up there if he stays at Liverpool and for the next 5 years. When you think about strikers getting to 29 or 30 years old, we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo at being 36. That guy is a machine in terms of how he looks after himself. Mo Salah is as professional as Ronaldo. He looks after his body, and I think there are a lot of years left in Mo Salah, so I just hope this gets sorted sooner rather than later. You always debate about money, the player wants a bit more, the club wants a bit less, but that needs to be sorted. Fingers crossed it will, because Mo Salah deserves it for what he has done for Liverpool, and I think that is definitely the case. I think Salah will get a new contract at Liverpool. It's just a matter of time until Liverpool can work out what exactly to give him, but I'm really looking forward to the next few years with Mo Salah in the Liverpool side. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.